welcome back everybody. So today I shall be streaming pretty much a little bit of a character concept that needs to get done. As usual, please, check out our Instagram. I just saw my little twinkles back when she had a little gray spot in her hair. God, that takes me back. That's like 2 years ago. Also check out the YouTube channel that we're currently putting together. Episode 3 is out. Please show it some TLC. I will be adding some videos here in a couple of days. It's just, I only have so many hours in the day. And also don't forget to check us out on, Facebook. We're on there. I'm trying to do my best to post stuff as I go along. So yeah, so please check us out. Alright, so let's go ahead and close this out. Yep, close all tabs. Alright, so one of the things that I need for this 4th episode coming up is it's going to take place in the kitchen of the ship. So one of the things that I wanted to do was, we had a character that we created before. Let me find him. And it was a chef. So here's the original concept for the chef. So this is from the previous designers. You guys know I've been redesigning some of the characters. So this time around, what I really wanted to do is kind of play with that concept. And as you guys know, I've been trying to give like more shapes and different kind of looks to the characters. So I was kind of playing around with a couple options. So I was inspired by the heavy breathing cat meme. So I wanted to show a cat that was like, he looked like he has diabetes. And then right here, I want to make him a chef. And his name is Chef Nip. Get it? Because he's a cat. So catnip. Yeah, no. So I know. Lame. Don't really care. So I showed this to my friends. This I was just kind of sketching on the couch. I was helping out a friend. He was having some major issues. So at the time I couldn't stream. But while I was, listening to him, I was pretty much just kind of doodling in the background. It kind of helps me during stressful situations. So out of that, this is the one that we decided to go with. So with that, today I'm going to be doing cleanups of that in Adobe Illustrator. As you guys know that I tend to kind of do my cleanups here instead. So let's go ahead and start working on some stuff. Alright, so... Alright, and I just kind of started to pick, like, any point to start. I don't want to have any... And I kind of want to look like a piece of, like, dough. And I'm not even too worried about this chin right here, because I'm going to add an overlapping shape right around there. There we go. I'm probably gonna smooth this out. There we go. So we got that right there. There we go. So we got the base of the head, and then I also need to go ahead back here. And the way you work with Illustrator, guys, is you want to work from like the back to the front. The problem that I'm having right now is that I'm working up from my Cintiq. So it's a little hard sometimes to see my shortcut keys. There we go. There we go. There we go, so it gives me then one side. Then let's go ahead and do the other side. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. And I like this, how we'll pretty much be reorganizing as I go. I'm not currently too worried about... Normally I do this in my bigger screen, but I want to be able to see what I'm doing, so I'm using my bigger screen to kind of see the stream as I'm going along. Speaking of which, I gotta make sure... There we go. I know there's nobody watching, but I don't really care. There we go. Okay, so with that, so this is the face. base. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and select everything. D, so that way I can kind of work with the arrangements. So back here, I'm gonna select these two. Send to back. God, I feel so rusty. There we go. There we go. So you know these characters normally tend to go like a 3/4 view. So you're starting to see how this one is like, because it's the closest side to us, it's going to be overlapping most of the mass of the face. But this one is further back, so yes. So you're going to see that this mass of the face is going to be overlapping that section of the head. I'm going to round that off a little bit. There we go. Sweet. Face, base. Okay, for right now, I'm going to create a new layer. Control L. And I'm going to call this hat. And the hat eventually will be behind the head. I just kind of need this so I can see right through. And like I said, guys, I'm trying to keep these videos to like the... Okay, first of all, hold on. I can't see certain colors. Because I'm an old lady. Yes, I'm going to be 41 in a couple days. Yay. Okay. Why are you acting weird? Okay, let me go ahead and delete that. What the? Why is it doing that? That is so bizarre. Did I accidentally hit a shortcut key that I don't know about? Oh boy. Oh no. They added some new stupid thing that I don't know about? God just darn it. It's looked like it's snapping to something. Hold on a second. God, I hate it when they do stuff like this. Okay. It'll be... hold on. I think I figured out. Give me a second. I think my caps lock might be on. Let me see if that affects it. No, that's not it. Okay. Adobe Illustrator is snapping pass without grid. Okay. View. I must have accidentally done a shortcut that I was not aware of. Should be right here. Where? Smart, guys. Well, let's turn that off. It still shouldn't be doing this. This is stupid. Okay. So bizarre. I never seen it this wonky before. Wow. Me no likey. Me no likey at all. And sometimes it's kind of hard to tell with Adobe. I don't know, is it my station? Is it something new they added to the software? So it kind of really frustrates me. There we go. It should not be this difficult. This should not be this difficult. What the H? Come on. Why are you not holding? Come on. Grab it. Nope. Grab it. So difficult. What the hell? Not liking this. I'm not liking this. Not a fan. Anyway, we'll go for that for right now. Part of this is going to be covered, so I'm not going to worry about it for the time being. So from here... Okay. Okay, give me a second, guys. I gotta restart. Okay, this. What the heck is this? What is this? I have never seen this before. Oh, I don't like that. It really messes with me. Okay, guys, give me a second. I'm gonna restart Illustrator. It could be something done that the software's just... It's so... as they continue to add more cloud-based stuff to Illustrator, or even Photoshop's the same way, sometimes the 2x a little wonky. So I think that there might be a possibility for that. So let's see if that's the case. Okay, let's see if this fixes the problem. Nope, that does not fix the problem. I am not liking this. Wow. I absolutely hate this. Nope. Not a fan. By the way, both of these need to be without an outline. Okay. So for right now, I'm going to go with this. I'm going to smooth out that a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and grab the shape. I'm going to duplicate it. And then I'm going to select this one. I'm going to lock this one. E. Wow, I am absolutely hating everything about this. Okay. For right now, this is the best that I'm going to do for this time being because... Oh, no, no, no. I do not like this. Why are you behaving like this? I shouldn't be doing that. Like, what did I turn on? Okay, direct selection tool, group selection. Let me check select. All same object. Okay. I gotta find this out because this makes no sense. Why is Adobe... (2022) snapping paths without grids? Okay, so apparently it's called Snap Illustrator Snapping to Pixel Increments. Okay, let me see if they have CC for this. Let's see. So I'm watching this one percentage. It's like 55 seconds. So view, snap to pixel. Okay. I remember back when you used to be able to. Okay, I think that's just snap to grid. That should slow down this weird issue I'm having right now. Okay, that feels a little better, a little bit. Yeah, that looks... There we go. That's behaving a little bit better. So I guess now they're automatically turning on snap to pixel. God, that's annoying. And the problem that's happened with a lot of Adobe, it's annoying a lot of like the legacy users like myself, is that they're using analytics because it's so cloud-based. So they're watching how you use the software, and then anytime they put a new version, they automatically turn things on for you, or they change like shortcut keys, which is absolutely annoying. If you like suddenly, like for me, I used to teach, and stuff that used to be common for years, and suddenly like they hit it or nested it, they moved it somewhere, and it pissed the crap out of me. Like I hated that, absolutely hated it. There we go. It's gonna put that right there. There we go. Doing that right there. There we go. So we got that. Create one more layer, and this is gonna be face details. Okay. So for this, I'm going to use N. want to use some of there. Here, I'm gonna do this. Okay, so let's go and do that. So that's the nose, not too bad. Not great, but not bad. And then for this, let's go ahead and I'm gonna do. Okay, so he's gonna have like a really kind of like kind of mouth. So, don't mind me, I'm bouncing between a couple different pieces of software on a daily basis. Okay, cool beans. Don't like that. So, let's go ahead and do one line. Ugh. Gonna get close, man. Not quite close. This allows me a little bit more control over his mouth. And I kind of want that hand-drawn feel to it. Okay, for the eye, just gonna nope, not what I want to do. Nope. Oh my god. So hard to control now. Okay. Give me that. Jesus, jeez Louise. I'm getting so rusty. Okay, so I kind of like that look where it feels like it's kind of open here. Some cats have like a really predominant, like the little tear dog thing is just super predominant and you see them. I want this cat to be kind of like that. Now from here, what I want to do is I want to grab this. I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to lock the original. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut here. And I'm also going to cut here. This part I'm going to go away. And then what I want to do is I'm going to turn this off. Okay, so we're going with that. So now when I do this, see? I have a thicker eyelid. And then this right here is going to be like a elongated rectangle. Okay, it doesn't look too special right now, but let me finish. I'm gonna call this left eye. Okay, now let's go and also do the right eye. Oh, that's not what I want to do. lock this one, and we're gonna do this again. Cut here, and we're gonna cut over here. Cut this lower half, we're gonna delete that part. And I'm gonna switch to my mouse. There we go. I forgot to add this to this group. There we go. It gives me, this is now right eye. Go. Let's save this. Alright, cool. So now we're starting to get into more of the face. There we go. This needs to be inverted with no, oops, with no stroke. This needs to be brought to the front. This needs to be thickened. And then these two do not need fill. There we go. Actually, these I can borrow from this over here. Okay, so for right now, this is kind of like a good placeholder for this, and then we'll go ahead and we'll change the colors. I do want to keep the original colors from the first design out of respect for the first artist. So again, it's just one of those things. I want these to be, not like me saying, screw your design. No, I want to show a sense of evolution to these characters. I want to respect all the artists that came before me that helped put this together. So I would love to keep the color palette that this artist created for this cat. Okay, so let me cancel. Okay, so pretty much we got the face right now. There we go. And don't worry, I'm gonna play with the line weight and all that stuff. But for right now, that is not very important. And I'm gonna call this head, not Jed, head. Okay, save that right there. Okay, so from here, I'm going to lock this up, and then I'm going to turn this into an outline view. And now we're going to move to the body. Okay, so the body right here, we have several parts. Remember, you got to build from like back to front. So the option that I have right here is I can try to build the shirt and continue to just kind of move further back, which is fine. Or I could just simply build the feet and go back. So right now, I'm just going to do whatever the hell I want. I'm going to start with the core, then build the arms around it, and the last thing I'm going to build are the legs. And that's fine. There really is no right or wrong way to do this. Oh, it's got a really light color that I cannot see. Let me try this color. There we go. And no fill. For right now, I'm just focusing on getting the basic shapes down. I am not stressing over anything major right now. Just trying to make it fun and put it together. Okay, cool beans. Now over here, I'm gonna round that curve a little bit. Even though it's a shirt, I do like to add some roundness. Remember, so he's like the heavy breathing cat, but at the same time, I want to give him like a little bit of a softness because he reminds me of the Pillsbury Doughboy. So that's pretty much what I'll be doing. Let's see, where are you? I know, there you are. I don't need you. Remove. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do this. So the trick with Illustrator is get as much as you can as the least amount of what's called vector points or Bezier curves. Anchor points. That's what they're called. Yeah, Anna, you used to teach this for a long time. That tells you the last time I was teaching. That other stuff is like flying out of my head. So I've been focusing more on like technical type work as of late. So it's one of those things that, you know, you get rusty. Okay, so I'm grabbing these two. You get pushed. Whoops, that's fine. You get pushed to the back. There we go. And I want to look like these buttons are stressing. And if you're like me, I'm a pretty busty lady. So my shirts with buttons, they always look like they're stressing. Okay, so I'm over here, G for group. Then I'm gonna drag this group down so that way I have a second button. And then I'm gonna go ahead, head over here, and I'm gonna work on the name tab. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a curvature, but not a lot. Remember, if I put just a straight square there, it makes no sense because this is a curving surface. So you wanna make sure you give it some contour. Okay, so here we have that, not too bad. So not a lot to this body, I'm gonna be straight honest. So now we got the core there, so if I turn this back on, that's what we got so far. Not too bad. So I'm gonna call this core. Okay, so I'm gonna call it that, and I'm gonna turn this into an outline view. Now let's go ahead and work on his left arm. And by the time that I'm done, this is gonna be split into like 3 sections. You're gonna see head, core, and legs. So it's gonna be 3 sections to this. Save, Control S, save often, kids. So right here, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna kind of go just around this, and I'm gonna build on top of that. There we go. Doesn't seem too bad. That was pretty good for a single shot. And I'm bouncing between my single selection tool or my direct selection tool, and then my pen tool. So I'm going between A and P. That's a shortcut so you got Adobe Illustrator. Whenever it decides to respond. Sometimes it's not very responsive, I'm going to be straight honest. So right here what I'm going to do, so here he has 4 fingers. So in order to get the illusion that this is one solid shape, and it is inside this jacket, I'm going to create most of the paw with the back finger back here. Come on, please move it. There we go. With the back finger. And I'm going to stop that right there. I'll explain here in a second. Then I'm going to build this finger here. And this is not very practical if you are doing like animation. Right now these characters, I'm not rigging them. I'm just creating a template or a visual for reference for our Bible. Just to kind of make them look pretty. If this was getting done for like animation, it would be a completely different rig. Which I really need to refresh my animation rigging, like legit. Okay, so it looks craziness, right? If I go ahead and I do this, that's what I got. So right here, it shows that the arm is inside the sleeve, meaning giving a sense of volume. This is the front thumb. And even this, I'm going to change it a little bit because it's a different curvature to your thumb. Just a little bit. Oops. I just want the one. There we go. There we go. And if I really wanted to, I can kind of give him a little bit of a claw, just very minute. But honestly, he's kind of like soft and fuzzy, so I don't want to give him like a crazy claws. So, and that's okay. So here we go. So here's the left arm. That actually turned out pretty good on the first shot, and I ain't gonna lie, so it looks great. Again, I'm just going for aesthetics and not going for functionality this time around, which is great. Then over here. Okay, so this is interesting. So for this one, I'm going to start the similar manner. I'm going to start by building the sleeve. Now I'm going to go ahead and go to outline view. For this, that'd be a good way to set this up. So I can do the mid shape here. The thumb I'm going to overlap on the top, and this shape I'm going to push to the back. Now, this is where this is kind of interesting though, because this is curving around the body. Normally if it's like wrapping, like let's say the thumb was in the front, you have to set it up differently. But in this case, the whole arm is right behind him. So I don't have to worry too much about like what's overlapping where, which is fantastic. So I'm always thinking in masses, even though these are cartoon characters, you have to think in masses. What's overlapping what? So that way they have a sense of volume and depth to them. And right here, I'm not really showing a lot of detail in this hand. This is implied shapes back here. It looks like a hand. Does it have to look like a hand? Yeah. Does it have to look close to a hand? Yeah. So now we can go ahead and work on arrangements. Gonna hit D. It looks crazy as sin. That's okay though. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of rearrangements. This one needs to be pushed way back. This is fine, and here's, even though this looks crazy, let me explain why. The second I turn on the cord, it doesn't really matter too much. And I could just simply grab this, oops. Where are you? There we go. Sometimes I need to go right to the layer. Come on. I'm being stubborn. There we go. There we go. Oh, by the way, guys, so I'm watching, what's it called, Bee and Poofy Cat on Netflix. I don't know how to feel about this. I know it's a really popular show. I remember like 10 years ago, it was like crazy in Cartoon Brew, which was great. They had, it's the same guy that did Adventure Time, and then he did a series called Bravest Warriors, which is excellent. I loved it on YouTube. And then they moved the stuff to like some offsite, and I'm like, I don't feel like paying for another membership, so I didn't finish watching it. And then apparently Puffy Cat was one of the series that came out from it. And I remember it was incredibly popular. I never got a chance to watch it because it just kind of mad to me. So when I saw it on Netflix, I'm sitting there, it's like, this looks a little different than what I remember style-wise. And sure enough, I was watching the show, and I'm kind of having a hard time watching it. I feel very bored. I don't know how else to say it, and it sounds terrible. I feel like there is a story, but there's a lot of nothing story going on. There are a couple of key points. It is kind of interesting. The artwork is just really cool, especially the alien designs. I absolutely love them. But it just feels like they're just kind of like smashing a bunch of like concept art together and then trying to make a story out of it. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I just don't get it. Maybe I'm finally outgrowing some of today's cartoon. I think a lot of them are amazing. There's a lot of fantastic story writing done by my generation and even younger, because I grew up in the age like He-Man and Thundercats, where like everything was like, oh no, here comes the bad guy. And the bad guy's like, ha ha ha, I'm doing bad things and I'm the hero and I'm going to save it. So there's like really flat dialogue. And then suddenly now they're putting a lot of effort into creating more like multi-dimensional characters. So yeah, so it's... I'm trying to get into it. I'm giving it a chance. I'm not one of those people that go, I watched the first episode and I hate it and I suck. No, I'm suffering through it. I like to give things a fair chance before I say it sucks. And I don't want to say it sucks. I just don't feel like it's resonating with me. Like, I love the shit out of Adventure Time and Bravest Warriors and all that stuff. This one's just not hitting me. I'm just not enjoying it. It just feels like I'm watching a lot of nothing with kind of like flat characters, with very flat dialogue. And they're just doing a lot of nothing. If I'm going to get hate mail for that, go for it. It's my opinion. I paid for the streaming service. I gave it a first chance, so you can't say I didn't bother to watch it, because I am watching it. But yeah, but that's just my feedback on it. So if you guys get a chance, yeah, drop me a line. Let me know what you think. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a lot of hate mail, but whatever. Okay. So now from here, we got the pants. Okay, so I'm going to do... This back leg is going to be back here, and this is going to be in the front. So let's start with this one back here first. I just said I'm not going too crazy on this. I'm just going for quick aesthetics. Okay, so right there, pretty simple. So it gives me this leg. It's not pretty, but it's something. There we go, let's try that. Okay, so this leg right here, I'm going to create a new layer. I'm going to select everything involving this leg. I'm going to move it back here and I'm going to call this right leg. I think I misspelled that. That's okay. I kind of don't care. Okay, and then it's going to be base. And let's go and lock these two. And then let's go ahead and give them outline view. And then above this, I'm going to call this left leg. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. And this one will overlap a little bit the body. Again, I'm trying to go for that 3/4 view with the bodies. And again, these are like first generation concepts. It's just us trying to polish out. We're hoping this gets produced down the line. Obviously, there's going to be more polishing. You have to design in a particular way for animation for cost purposes. So yeah, so I expect that if this ever gets made to like a full show down the line, which I hope it does, you know, it will create some it will create some new designs. Okay, there we go. Let's go and save that. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Ass. It's not bad. So what I'm probably gonna have to do here is I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna have to give it a little bit of an extra nudge here. So I'm gonna move this over here. Then I'm gonna create an extra point. Okay. There we go. Okay, not bad. So now let's take a look at this lower half. Okay, there we go. So it gives it a look like this has some, whoops. Kind of, sort of, maybe. Not good, not bad. Just kind of there. Okay, what if both of them are behind the body? Oh, I like that because it looks like he's got so much fupa. Hey, I was a 325 pound woman. I could say fupa, 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 fupa. Meaning that your stomach gets so large, it just becomes this giant flap of skin and it just covers over your privates. And it's just this weird, like, yeah, it's a fupa. It's kind of hard to describe, kids. So if you ever, I hope you never do because it's incredibly unhealthy. But if you ever reach a 300-pound plus, obviously depending on your height, I was 5'8", I'm now 5'6.5", aging like cottage cheese. I am shrinking. Boy, I'm shrinking. But yeah, if you ever reach those shorter heights and you start getting to the 300 range, you're going to see what I mean. Okay, so for right now, yeah, let's just leave it. Oh my god. Come on, girl. You can control your thing. I believe in you. Okay, cool beans. So let's go ahead and take a look right now. Oops. Let's see what we got. Okay, not so bad. Not so bad. And again, my thing is I like to make sure I keep that hand-drawn look to it. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to import, make sure I add a new layer. This is for reference. I'm going to import the original cat. So that way I can use them for color swatches. Okay, I don't know why you popped out. It doesn't even give me an option to, whatever. You know what? You're fine. Okay. So, oh, it just does it automatically. Lame. Okay, so I'm going to do that. And then from there, what I'm going to do, I'm going to import Captain Hobbes. And I like to import the modified version of Captain Hobbes because it helps me try to stay within the style because he is the main protagonist. Where are you, Captain Hobbes? Where are you? Bone Brigade, character sheets, Captain Hobbes. There you are. There you go. So this is just for style references. Oops. Hold down Shift and you could do that. Yeah, so in Photoshop you don't need to hold Shift, but in Illustrator you do. Still kind of dumb, in my opinion. Okay, so from here I'm going to create a quick color swatch. I'm going to create a couple squares. Okay, I'm going to grab these. I'm going to align them. Oops. Come on, see. Align. There we we go, and then let's distribute them. Okay, I'm gonna borrow this color. I'm gonna borrow this color. It's a pretty interesting color palette they have going on here. Like, I don't hate it. I genuinely don't hate it. I think this is really cool. And it's got a pretty interesting red-eye color. And of course, there's white. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to turn these into global colors. Let me go to my swatches. Where's my swatches? I don't need this. Crap! Let that collapse. The windows, swatches. Swatches. Okay, sweet. Let's go and grab this. Let's turn in a new one. Make sure globals are turned on, which it is. Okay, what happened? It was just right there. Anyway. Possessed by el diablo. Okay, and always make sure you create color swatches, color libraries. It comes in handy. I'm gonna grab these. I'm gonna convert this into a group. Chef Nip. Okay, save that. So that way I can refer to that later. Okay, and come on, Jesus Christ, come on. Okay, let's go ahead and look this up. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and start applying some colors on here. Okay, so for these, okay, first of all, that's not the same gray. I wanted this gray. There we go. Okay, what is this back here? What is this? What the? Okay. Okay, let's go and select some of these colors. Excuse me. Let's make that gray. Okay, and for you, no outline, because it's supposed to be like a shadow. Okay, the nose. I think the nose, I'm gonna make it like that nice vibrant red. There we go. It's okay though. Remember, there's several parts to this eye. What I probably can do for this eyelid, I need to probably generate one more color. And this color, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make this darker. Really, really dark. Okay, so let's go ahead, try to test out this eyelid with this color. It looks interesting. Okay, my question is, okay, interesting. Oh, I see. Okay, give me a second. I need to grab this and I need to add it to a library. Okay, there we go. Now I can grab this shape and then provide this color. Okay, not great. Okay, still working on it. Maybe a little bit more darker might work out better. Come on. Oh, kind of like that. Okay. Okay, so let's head over to the other eye. Yellow. Oh, that's just crepe. Okay, I'm gonna add this color there. Yeah, I think I like the darker color. Try to limit the amount of colors if I can avoid it. Okay, so here we have the chef. Okay, not too bad, not good, not bad. Now he's a chef, so chefs don't have like a lot of craziness going on to their attire. Okay, so a couple things I need to do here. Okay, now that I kind of have the color, I'm gonna add this color to the family here. I'm gonna collapse this for right now. Let's go ahead and add a little bit of weight to some of these lines. But some of them are a little flat, so let's go ahead and go to stroke. There we go. That chin definitely need a stroke. So normally I like to do most of the major details in weight of 2. The minor details I keep them in weight of 1. But not everything needs to be a weight of 2. Only like the hard edges need to be weight of 2. This way the details are not really competing with the main shapes. But again, that's just a personal preference that I like to do when I'm designing. That is way too much. 1. There we go. There we go. So see that's adding a little bit more weight to this character here. Go, cool beans. Alright, so now that we have that, let's go ahead and add a little bit of shadow, but nothing too exuberant. I need to add some of the shadow around the character's eyelids. Most of them have it. They have like the shadows in here. So let's go ahead and add that in. That's one of the things that I didn't get to draw once before. Let's go to layers. Okay, this is the beauty of this. Once you kind of get the core stuff, you can now start going in, locking in things you don't want to be affected. And this way I can only focus on the things that I need to work on. Oh. My goodness. These need to go up here. This needs to go up here. There we go. Stays up there. Yeah, make sure you keep track of your layers. Make sure what's in it. Sometimes you'll have like straight points, so it's really good to look through. Just realized I got like a piece of paper or something down here. I kept wondering what that was. I thought it was paint. It's like I haven't painted in a little bit. Alright. Let's do this. Now the other thing that I really want to do, I want to make sure that this ship looks like really annoyed. So I want to make the weight around his main eyes like thicker. Hey, look at that. Look at that annoyed look in his eye. Just like seeing things. 6. So weight of 6. We'll go to the other one. There we go. So now he has more of a like raccoon eye shape kind of, but that's just me. Maybe this one would be a little too thick. Let's try 4. 4 doesn't look too bad. And then let's head back over here. How about do 4 for this one? 5. Okay, so I kind of like having that, you know, annoyed look, but that's just me. Again, preferences. I can show this to my friend and go, I hate it, and that's totally fine. It's totally fine. It's just part of the process. Okay, so from here, let's go ahead and add a little bit of shadows. I do need to center a couple things in here. To me, the feet don't feel like I drew them where they are right now, but they feel a little off-centered to me. Let me turn off the template. I don't need that. So you want to make sure your characters have like a sense of like, even though they are, how do you say, even though they're cartoon characters, there is a sense of skeleton. So maybe I would do this instead. I could spread their feet apart. There we go. That to me looks like it's got a little bit more support. Nope. Okay, so I kind of like that. So now you have a character that kind of waddles like the penguin. Now these make a little more sense. Even though I had him like pointed in the center, as someone that used to be very heavy, I could tell you after a while, you start kind of doing a waddle, especially you start getting to the point where you were like, oh man, like 300 pounds, and you start feeling your knees and your back and stuff like that. So you start kind of having a wider stance, so that way you can balance all that excess weight. So just because your body is gaining weight doesn't mean your bones are getting fatter. So you're putting more pressure on your joints and your body, so you start kind of like waddling. And if you don't believe me, just go around to like a place that have like really good food. Normally there's folks there that are a little bit heavier or in the thicker side. Thick. And you can see when they're walking, you can see that waddle on them. Okay? I'm not making fun of anybody. I used to be that big. Okay? I used to be 350 pounds. And I'm now in like the low 200s. Like I waver between like 190 and like 210. And I've been like that for about like 3 or 4 years now. I'm hoping to go back down to like 180. But I'm about to be 41. My body's saying, F you, we're going to stay at 200. Ha! And that's okay. And as long as I can, like, you know, enjoy my friends and hiking, and I can touch my toes, I work out every day as best as I can. Today I couldn't work out because my phone completely died. My workout's on my phone, so I wasn't really prepared to, like, I was, like, ready to, like, tear it up, and my phone completely died into a break, kind of ruined it for me. So tomorrow I'm just going to go in, or probably this afternoon, just going to go in and just do cardio, and that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. Okay, so the last thing I want to do is add a little bit of like details to like just a little bit of a shadow. As you can see right here, Captain Hobbes has it a little bit. So it's some shading, but it's not taking away too much from the character's design. So I'm going to go ahead, going to go here, and I'm going to use, I'm going to lock this up. I'm going to go over the body, and I'm going to hit L. Okay. And I am going to remove the stroke. Oops. I'm going to remove the stroke. And what I'm going to do to this is I'm going to first of all make this black. And I'm going to remove the fill. And then I'm going to go to appearance. Where are you, appearance? There you are. There you are. So opacity, I'm going to go to probably multiply. And then I'm going to drop this down. Like really, really down. Oh, no, that's good. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so this is now overlapping. You can see it. I'm probably going to head out all the way up to here. Okay, cool. So here's the part that I'm going to do. I'm going to grab these three shapes. I'm going to duplicate them. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab everything in these three shapes. And I'm going to go ahead and convert them into one mega shape. Let me explain. Let me go to swatches, brushes, gradients, pathfinder. One mega shape. And that's fine. The reason for that is that I want to turn this into a mask over the shadow. So I'm going to grab this. I'm going to grab that. This is not trash. Okay. I'm going to grab just the path. Okay, this and this. And I'm going to do it to a clip mask. There we go. And now I have a clip mask. And this, I can just adjust the object that's in here. Okay, I could go a little lighter on that opacity. And if I want to move the shadow, I can move the shadow. I don't need to be all the way down there. I could just be kind of like up here. I can push this in. I can just modify it. Okay, cool. Why are you not selecting? I have no idea. Select. There we go. There we go. Got that right there. And I might just go a little bit lighter just so I can mimic the shadow up here. you go. Or, better yet, I can remove the appearances. Let's go put it normal. Put this at 100%, and I'm just gonna borrow this color. I'm gonna go to my swatches. I like to, honestly, the least effects that I have on an object, the better sometimes. The only problem is that, see right here, multiply. There we go. There we go. So it looks like it fits right there. So it looks like there's weight to this character. Is it perfect? No. I'm just trying to get just something in here. Okay, and I'm gonna try to duplicate this right here. And I'm gonna flatten this out a little bit more. You want to make sure the shadows make sense. As you can see right here, that shadow's going beyond his cheek. That doesn't make any sense. There's nothing there creating that shadow. There we go. Okay, seems silly, but it works. Okay, and then right here for the legs. Let's go ahead and close that out. Okay, this is trash. Whatever layers you're not using, close that out. I'm gonna call it SHW head. So this is the shadow for the head. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. And then let's go ahead and a little bit work on the legs. He's a very heavy set cat. His legs, if he has to fupa like I used to, part of his legs is gonna be in shading. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So a couple ways that I could do this is that I can simply go borrow the core of the leg. I'm gonna duplicate this. Okay, and I'm just gonna put it out here for right now. Just let's create a new layer. Just put it out here for the sake of sanity. This way I don't damage the original just in case I mess it up. Okay, so let's leave that alone. So from here, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna create a circle. And notice I'm still trying to keep the mass of the body down here. I'm trying to keep that in mind. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. And for this, I'm gonna pick a darker gray. There we go, let's do that. Okay, now, what did I do with that shape? There you are. So I'm gonna head over here, I'm gonna push this up. Okay, and I gotta make sure that this bad boy is closed. Okay, so I'm gonna select this, gonna select that. By the way, I'm gonna duplicate the circle before I do anything else, so it'll make sense here in a second. Select these two shapes, and I'm going to do this clip mask. There we go. And then for this, no stroke, and layers. Come back to me, layers. And you shouldn't have, oh, okay. That will not work. Okay, so for now, that's a good way to do this. Oh, I know. Now, this is not very popular because if you're doing this in large print, it will show up, but again, this is just for sample. Multiply. So that should be able to show me. There we go. Close enough. I was going to try to do a blending mode, but for whatever reason it wasn't taking because it was going all the way out to the edge of the shape. But for right now, I just simply shrinked it, the mask, not the object, the mask itself. And then it went ahead and created the shadow that fit in that area. So let's go and do that now to the other leg. Notice how I went ahead and I like duplicated this one circle. I did that on purpose. So this is now, we'll create a new leg. So this is left leg, SHW for shadow. And I'm gonna grab this bad boy and I'm just gonna drop it in here. So that is nested within that one layer. Okay, left leg. And that's fine, you're gonna see this gonna stick out. And then now let's go ahead and do the same thing for the right leg. Let's go over here, duplicate it. Gonna grab this. And I'm gonna turn this on. Gonna bring this up. There we go. Okay, I am going to lock this one up because I don't want to mess it up. Lock your layers if you don't want to mess your stuff up. I'm just saying. Now select both of these. Create a clipping mask. Okay, not too bad. So from here, I'm just going to select the clipping mask and I'm just going to shrink it down just a little bit. There we go. I say it's not perfect, but it's close enough. Okay, make sure your shape right here does not have a stroke. That's very important. Okay, and I'm gonna make sure both of them are like that. God, I really miss working. I used to work on a much larger Cintiq, but this is my personal one. And honestly, it's fine. It's fine. It's first world country problems, you know? I need something bigger. No, you don't. Okay. So, with that, we have created a character that fits within Captain Hobbes' universe. So right here, if I'm gonna just kind of blank him out. If I grab Captain Hobbes, make Captain Hobbes a little bigger than he is. So here is our chef, our slightly diabetic chef. Chef Nip. There we go. So next to our character, and I think that looks pretty dope. Like, I like it. So normally our characters tend to be kind of boxy, but again, he's a chef. So he's constantly sampling his food. And his name is Nip, come on. So, so, but with that, I'm pretty much just done. At least for right now, I'm gonna run this by my friends. I'm gonna create like a final version of this for them to see. And then we'll see what they say. But this is gonna go in a painting that's gonna be in one of the backgrounds. That's why I really wanted to get this guy done, because the next thing I need to do is design the kitchen. So at least this way, I have the character. I just have to like just create like a basic frame on it and put in the background and just go from there. So with that, guys, I appreciate you guys joining me. It's been an hour, which is double what I wanted to do, but this is a process. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.